Good morning, everyone. This is Anthony, Wall Street Trader. It's 8:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday, June 15, 2021. This is not financial advice. The video is intended for educational purposes only. There's a Twitter link in the description below the video if you want to stay tuned with the intraday updates between this video and tomorrow's video. If you want to click on the subscribe button, the YouTube subscribe button below with the little bell to the right, you'll be notified when these videos come out because they don't come out at the same time every day. Now, let's take a look at NuCypher US dollar. This is where I have invested my money. This is where I've bought. In the past, I've bought at different entry points. And then when I fulfilled 100% allocation, I went to my Excel and I typed in all of my entry points and sizes, allocation size, to figure out what my dollar cost average was. In certain cases, obviously, at 20% is more meaningful than 10%. So it would, if I dollar cost average these two shaded lines, I'd be closer to 36 cents than I would to 46 cents because I put 20% on the 36 cent. Anyway, enough of the small talk math here, but just know that this is my entry point. 43.7 cents. My exit point isn't there yet, but I feel like we're on our merry way up. Now, interestingly enough, let's go to the markets. We're in the middle of this downward bullish wedge that I continue to say is bullish. I think once we pass this top resistance area, we fly up to around the 79.80 cent range, which is within reach here. I think it's, I think the small cap cryptos will start making start rallying here so long as Bitcoin stays intact. Now, let's keep our eye on this smile. This is the NuCypher Bitcoin pair. And as I continue to beat on people, is NuCypher is equal to Bitcoin multiplied by the strength of NuCypher to Bitcoin. Now, let's go back here. We're at the bottom of this line. I think this one goes up. So that solves for one of the components, which is this. We feel bullish here, right? We definitely feel bullish on the NuCypher strength to Bitcoin. And now let's look at Bitcoin itself. Well, as I've mentioned in the past, my view, and again, this is my view, not trading advice. I think our next resistance area is now 40 to 42. Well, we're kind of in that lower end of the range. It's 40,114. But I suspect we're going to wind up consolidating here for a little bit. And then hopefully the next leg up would be a rally to the 45 to 47 range. Nothing certain, obviously, but it just feels that way given the recent news, the recent action. I think, we all know Bitcoin's here to stay, and there's more reasons than that. Well, let's just move into NuCypher more foundationally around everything. So this was on the Discord site. KEANU now is live, so that's good. We knew that, but let's take a look at what's really going on here. The timeline, as I mentioned, I would show it to you. Timeline is, and you could get this on this blog at the NuCypher site directly. This is not private information. June, this is where they voted. We're done with that. July, finish implementation. Well, what does that mean? Probably all the implementation details, the design work, the understanding of the economics, more around inflation. Why? Because they haven't decided yet on how this thing will inflate. We'll talk about that in a second. And then they have to launch the upgraded network, which happens literally a couple of months from now, 2 to 3 months from now, and then launching this new coin, TBDC, which will now allow Bitcoin and Ethereum to interoperate with each other, is going to be incredibly interesting. So if we scroll down here, this kind of just talks a little bit about the inflation or the emissions. Right. This when they say emissions, they're really talking about inflation. So they have to kind of start talking about that and kind of nail that down so people are aware. And they also need to be finalized by the community, which is really the voting for those that stake and want to vote their NuCypher to what and how the emissions would happen. Some of those proposals will start coming out in the next few weeks, I'd imagine. But we'll see and keep you all updated on that. Now, a couple of other points here, Bitcoin and DeFi. So just so everyone understands that, this new TBTC, the difference between this and, say, wrapped Bitcoin Now, TBTC is sort of a competitor to Wrapped Bitcoin. Wrapped Bitcoin is somewhat centralized, meaning, how can I move Bitcoin from the Bitcoin network over to Ethereum? And it's very hard. You have to wrap it up and then make it compatible with Ethereum network. Now, it's very centralized, as well as, quite frankly, not very secure. Not very, very secure. So TBTC is permissionless and secure. And it brings that digital gold. Bitcoin is gold, folks. It is the store of value, bar none. And now, because NuCypher was predominantly on the Ethereum network, and you had dealing with Ethereum tokens and things like that, and you have Keep that was doing the Bitcoin world, their merge together is going to free things up. And with Bitcoin going the way it's going, and it's going into more transactional, you're starting to see signs of light with Taproot, with transactioning out in El Salvador, and probably a plethora of other South American countries getting on board with that. And then you're also seeing even Elon starting to about face in terms of going towards Bitcoin as a transactioning mechanism. Well, that's very, very interesting, and I think that this merge will capture the market. I think WBTC, or Wrapped Bitcoin, will have a formidable competitor, and that competitor will be TBTC, which will be used by both NuCypher and Keep. So anyway, stay tuned on this. A lot more to come here, and it's very exciting times if you're a NuCypher holder. Everyone have a good day.